Good morning. I am just so thrilled right now to just roll out of bed and hop on Facebook Live to share a morning yoga practice with you guys. The first time that I did this, I actually went to bed really early and woke up really early and went on a walk. And I actually haven't told this story online before, but I found in my pocket that day like a microdose that someone had given me, and it had like lion's mane in it and cordyceps and a couple of different things, and it had kind of broken apart in this little bag. So I sat on the bridge by the creek by my house and said a little prayer and took that microdose and continued on my walk. I think I walked for an hour that day. My hips were really sore and I knew I wanted to walk before I did yoga. And so by the time I got back on that first day that I did a Facebook yoga class, I was really inspired and actually kind of feeling it a little bit. I hadn't had any food, and I'm just so grateful to that medicine for giving me the courage to do this. And now I think this is my 5th class, and I'm finally getting used to it, and kind of had a different experience with plant medicine last night, where I will sometimes take a little bit of valerian to fall asleep. And normally I do it as a tea, and it's really nice. Hi, welcome. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Charlie. We're going to start yoga here in a couple of minutes. Just grab a spot on the floor or grab a mat. Just kind of telling a story leading into our theme today. But yeah, so I'll sometimes take a little bit of valerian and tea to help me fall asleep. And I actually found in my stash of supplements that I had valerian pills. So I took one pretty early last night, 6 or 7, wanting to give myself plenty of time to kind of ease into sleep. And I don't know what happened, but I was up until 1:30 in the morning, and I think it must have kicked in while I was sleeping, because I definitely was kind of groggy and slept in late this morning, and I literally was able to roll out of bed and come right down to my healing space to teach. So this is a totally dream come true for me. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hi Scott, hi Stephen, hi Zach. We're going to get started here with some morning yoga and breathwork and meditation today. So if you have a mat, grab one. Otherwise, just grab a spot on the floor. So the theme that I'll be working with today is the title of one of my favorite books called Unleash Your Psychic Power. And what inspired this to be the theme today is that it's an entire book, and I can't find it. So if any of my friends borrowed my book, Unleash Your Psychic Power by Joseph J. Weed, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll order another one on Amazon. But it's a 60s pop psychology book. And if you read through the whole book, it's based on a lot of yogic principles. And if you read the back, the author, Joseph J. Weed, he studied in India for 10 years. So he went and studied yoga, specifically not just the physical postures. There's nothing in the book about practicing making your body into shapes, but he really was studying the esoteric teachings, and specifically a lot of the breath work. A lot of the book is through breath work. And so there's this whole book called Unleash Your Psychic Power, and every single practice in it is a practice that you do internally. So breath work, visualization, things like that. There are, I believe, 2 recommendations in the book that are external. So ways to increase your psychic power. One is, he says, to drink a week valerian tea every day for a week, and then take a week off, and then do it for another week. And I just find this fascinating that in the 60s, he's recommending microdosing on this very powerful plant medicine, valerian. And so waking up a little groggy this morning from having taken valerian last night kind of inspired me to do this theme, the title of the book, Unleash Your Psychic Power. And the other thing that is external that you can do to unleash your psychic power is he literally says to go out to a spruce tree and ground your feet into the earth and hold on to the needles of the spruce tree and feel that energy going into your body. So maybe there really is something scientific to this tree hugging thing, right? But anywho, I try and come up with creative ways to theme my classes. Sometimes they're based on astrology, sometimes they're based on something that's happening in my life. And today I just woke up inspired to share with you some of the teachings from Joseph J. Weed and Unleash Your Psychic Power, which is a book about yoga. And since a lot of what he teaches is breath work, we're actually going to get into some breath work today. And I had some special requests for that. So if you guys have any special requests, please let me know. This particular class is a movement-based class. Of course, we're talking about power. We're going to be doing a little bit of core work. We're going to be activating the core. In the morning, I really like to get my body and my core activated so that anything I'm doing throughout the day, I can be activated if I'm bending over. I can be activated if I'm cooking. I can be activated if I'm lifting things into my vehicle. So these traditional yoga asana kind of like power style morning classes are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Colorado time. And then I have restorative classes at 3 p.m. Colorado time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So let's go ahead and get started. I like to start by sitting up on something. So if you have yogic props, go ahead and grab them. A bolster's really nice for the end of class. A blanket's nice for the end of class. If you have yoga blocks, go ahead and grab them. You're welcome to use them at any point. If you live in Denver and don't have blocks and really, really, really need them, let me know, because I have 3 sets. We can do like a front porch swap. But sometimes I'll just use 2 pillows, thin pillows to sit on, and I'll use those towards the end as my blocks. So go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Just close the eyes. If you have your own music, you're welcome to play that during these classes. If you miss the music that I usually play in class, I usually play these yoga sets that Amani friend from Desert Dwellers, has put together. He's an amazing human. I was lucky to get to know him a little bit, traveling through Guatemala and working with him at Sonic Bloom, and I just absolutely love his yoga sets. And they're just about the right length for how long I teach. My classes are about an hour, but I'll talk for a little bit in the beginning to give people time to join. And so even now, if you want to hop on to, I use SoundCloud and look up Amani Yoga. You can do a yoga set, and it's a beautiful arc of like warming up and getting into the practice and slowing down. And if you guys have any recommendations of other hour-long or 90-minute yoga sets that have that same arc, let me know, because I'm always looking for new inspiration. All right, thank you all for joining me. There's a few more of you that have joined. Today's practice is about unleashing your psychic power based on the teachings of a book of that same title by a man named Joseph J. Weed. So let's go ahead and close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall and just begin to take some deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take a big sigh. Using that open mouth exhale to just release anything that needs to be released. Couple more just like that. Last one. And just begin to visualize yourself as a tree. I read somewhere that humans are the walking trees. That humans and trees share this gift of levity. We're beings that pump our lifeblood up out of gravity towards the heavens. In that same way that a tree is deeply rooted into the earth, finding nourishment from the support of Mother Earth. Also, reaching, levitating, pumping that lifeblood up, growing towards the heavens, absorbing the beautiful nourishment of the sun, connecting that gravity and levity, that earth and sun, the support of the mother and the father, the masculine and the feminine. Take a moment to just tune into your energetic field. The theme today, to increase your psychic power, whatever that means to you. To me, it's just the power of my energy field, the power to feel beyond the 5 senses that we're taught about. I heard somewhere that we have 26 senses. Can you start to feel into some of those? I invite you at this time to set an intention for your day, specifically for today. How do you want to feel moving through today? What do you want to accomplish today? What do you want to dedicate the energy of your practice to today? Take a moment to set your intention, and once you have, please bring the palms to press together at heart center. Maybe you say your word out loud. Today, I intend to be playful. Palms pressing together at heart center, sitting up nice and tall. We'll begin the practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om to fill your space with sound, to cleanse the space of any energetic residue, and to just bookend the beginning and the end of your practice, creating sacred space through the sound of Om. 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om, in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. With the eyes closed, gently rub the palms together, create some heat and some friction with the hands. And place the hands over the eyes. Allow the heat of the hands to soften the face and smile. And gently flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. We'll do a little bit of warming up through the spine and through the body. Then we'll get into our breath work, and then we'll get into our practice. So go ahead and interlace the fingers, and you'll flip the palms, open the heart. And on an exhale, tuck the chin, round through the upper back, press the palms away. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, round it down. Let's do 2 more big inhales. Full and complete exhale. Squeeze out every last drop of air. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, round it down. This time, inhale, reach up, touch palms overhead. And exhale, release the hands to the floor. So if you're sitting on a pillow or a block, now's a good time to set it off to the side. And we're just going to find our hips here a little bit. Sway side to side. Breathe into the hips and the lower back. Deep breaths. I like to make a lot of sound, a lot of movement in my classes. See if maybe you can give it a try since you're not in a room with 20 other people, right? Big inhale. And exhale. One more. And slowly start to come on up. Switch which foot you have in front or on top. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, right arm lowers, left arm reaches. Inhale up through center. And exhale to the other side. And just find your flow here. Inhale up. And exhale over. If you're just joining us, feel free to hop in at any time. Just going through our warm-up. 2 more. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Float the hands down. Inhale up through center. And exhale to the other side. Couple more big inhales. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, twist. Inhale up through center. And exhale, gentle fold. Allow yourself to sway. And you can just send the breath anywhere that you can feel the need for breath in your body. It changes for me every day. Certain poses, I feel it in different places, right? 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And come on up to seated. So, as I mentioned, I got a special request to include a little bit more breath work in my teachings. So, if there's anyone here who hasn't done breath work before, just give it a shot. See how it goes. If you have any questions, send me a message and we can do a little one-on-one video chat afterwards. So we're going to do Breath of Fire, Kapalabhati. This is one of the main teachings of this book, Unleash Your Psychic Power. And It's interesting because I remember when I did my yoga teacher training in Nepal, they said that this breath is the breath of the shining forehead. And I love these 60s pop psychology books because they often will have like a picture of the guy on the back who wrote them. And if you look, they have these shining foreheads and these crazy eyebrows, and maybe you've seen it on some of your yoga teachers' faces. So what we're going to do is we're going to pump our belly and pump our breath, and just know that science backs this up. There is something called the vagus nerve that travels from the gut into the brain, and it actually delivers the serotonin from the gut into the brain, which is why there are two ways that naturally occur for your body to release massive amounts of serotonin. One is belly laughter, and the other is sobbing. When you're crying, it actually releases serotonin. That's why it feels so good. So we're just kind of hijacking the system here with our breath. So this breath is a very strong exhale followed by a deep and natural inhale. A strong squeeze exhale and a deep and natural inhale. So it looks something like this. And it's in and out through the nose. And I can show you what the belly looks like here. Give it a try. We'll do a few rounds. And allow the breath to return to normal. So we're going to do a couple of more rounds of this breath of fire, this Kapalabhati breath, this shining forehead. All right, once you feel like you have recovered, we'll begin again. I'll start slow this time. It's a going a little faster. Faster. And release. Allow the breath to return to normal for just a moment. Maybe you can feel the serotonin that you've pumped through your body beginning to rise. Third and final round here. Big inhale. And begin. And allow the breath to return to normal. Just allow yourself to soak up that energy that you've created. Can you consciously choose to tune in to the serotonin that we've pumped from the gut through the vagal nerve into the brain? Maybe it allows for you to smile just a little bit. When you're ready, flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. So as you can feel, that can be intense. You can do that for, I would say, start with a minute or two, go up to 3, 5, as many minutes as you would like to practice. And especially if you are struggling from any kind of depression. This is the number one thing. I have a client who has seizures. I do one-on-one healing sessions with him, and he actually has a vagal nerve stimulator implanted in his body. Like, it's that important. And so if you're not running and moving and twisting and bending and doing things that are just pumping that on your own, if you're not belly laughing or sobbing, then we've got to do this breath work. So thank you guys for just giving that a try with me. I've been talking a lot about overcoming my fear. There's nothing better to overcome your fear than letting your belly flop around on Facebook Live. All right, let's go ahead and get into a tabletop position here. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the chest. And we're going to move through just a couple rounds of traditional cat-cow. We'll add on to it here. So big inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. And on an exhale, round it up. Let's do a couple more big inhales. And exhales. Last one. Beautiful. From here, let's go ahead and lift the right leg straight back. So keep that right hip down, level with the left. And when you're ready, lift the left arm forward. So you can see my left arm is reaching forward. We're going to do some cat-cow variations here. So when you're ready, see if I can get a better view for you guys on the angle. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift the arm and the foot. And on an exhale, round forward, elbow to knee or knee to nose. So inhale, you come into a little back bend here. There's this lift up. And exhale, round it forward. Inhale, lifting the left arm and the right foot. Exhale, elbow to knee or knee to nose. Go at your own pace. I'm going to do 2 more big inhales. And exhale. Last one, inhale up. And exhale, round it through. Inhale through a full extension, reach straight. And exhale, release to the floor. All right, so second side, left leg lifts straight back. Belly hugs in. We activated that belly with our breath work today. And then reaching the right arm forward. So inhale is a little lift up. And exhale, a round forward, elbow to knee or knee to the nose. Beautiful. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, round it through. Activating your core. This is where we're activating our psychic power. Big inhales. And exhales. 3 more. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach it straight. Exhale, release to the earth. Let's bring the knees wide, big toes touch, and find child's pose. Now, instead of a traditional child's pose, lately I've been really enjoying bringing my knees together. So I still say knees wide, but I've been having some mid-back stuff, so knees together feels really good for me. See what feels good for you. And let's try up on the fingertips here. Elbows and wrists off the ground, forehead rests. Sending a few deep breaths to the back body. When we do this breath work in the belly, we can feel it all the way through our transverse abdominals, sometimes all the way into the back. So let's just take 3 deep breaths. See if you can get the breath to move through the back. Big inhales. Full exhales. Make a sound, make a sigh. 2 more. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands, inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes and find downward facing dog. So I like soft bent knees for downward facing dog, especially in the morning, and you can just pedal it out here. So this is where you get to take any organic movement, any movement that feels good to you. I'm moving around my yoga setup here. Let's see how this goes. There we go. And just pedal it out, waking up the back of the legs, waking up the hips, waking up the feet. 2 more deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly walk the feet towards the hands for ragdoll. Bend the knees a lot. Grab opposite biceps. Let the head hang. Shrink the head. Circle it out. I like to really open and close the jaw to release the face. Try and stretch out the jaw. A little bounce. 2 more deep breaths here. Come back to your intention. Release the hands, squeeze the inner thighs. Come on up to a halfway lift. I believe this to be the most important thing that I personally teach. To keep the knees bent during your halfway lift. To keep the glutes engaged and strong. You know, I didn't do that for many years, and my back has been paying the price, so I'm rebuilding my strength here. So halfway lift, strong belly, strong legs, and when I say, or when another yoga teacher says to dive deep, just keep that engagement. Don't let those glutes go soft. Keep them engaged as you dive deep. Let's do that again. Inhale up, halfway lift. And exhale, dive deep. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse a swan dive all the way up. And on an exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Close the eyes and come back to your intention. Maybe you have a dual intention, the intention that you set, and also this intention to increase our psychic power, to dedicate this practice to an intention is the ultimate form of devotion. When you're ready, gently flutter the eyes open. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, let's open the heart. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into a high plank position. So high plank is a straight line, so yeah. But the glutes are still engaged, so it might not look like a straight line when you're engaged here. So we did some breath work in the beginning of class, and I'm going to invite you to do just a quick round of breathwork Kapalabhati here. If you need to come down to the knees, please feel free to do so. And begin. Big inhale. And exhale, gently lower to the earth. Beautiful. Inhale up through a low cobra, so little to no weight in the hands here. And exhale, lower down. Couple more rounds. Inhale up, low cobra. And exhale, lower. One more. Inhale up, low cobra. And exhale, gently lower down. Inhale up through tabletop or high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here, big inhales. And exhales. 2 more. Last one, big inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, look at the hands, and on an exhale, step, hop, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Adding on, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. About 10 breaths of Kapalabhati, breath work. Big inhale. And exhale, lower to the ground. This time, we're going to inhale up into a cobra. So you can start to put some pressure into the hands. We're just going to flow, exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll it up. And exhale, roll it down. Last one, inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale through tabletop or high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up towards the sky. And exhale, knee to the nose, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale to the left elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the right elbow, or maybe you can keep it high and keep it in that armpit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step it through. So here we are in a lunge. I like to kind of find my foundation, especially early in the morning. This is going to be our first standing pose. And remember those concepts that we touched on in the beginning of class. Rooting down to find that gravity, that support of the earth. And then finding that levity. Resisting gravity as you come on up into a crescent pose. Now you're welcome to come down onto that back knee if you choose. And I invite you to make sure the right knee is over the right ankle. You might come up a little bit in that left heel and really press down into the right heel to activate the legs. Woo! I can't believe how much I'm feeling this burn today, but I've been going on lots of walks, so my legs are really feeling it. And breathe for 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale, blossom open into a warrior 2. So again, that right knee is stacked over the right ankle. The arms come up to shoulder level here. And breathe for 3. 2. And last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale through a reverse warrior. So keeping it bent, front knee, left hand just rests on the left leg, right arm reaches up and back. And on an exhale, windmill down, right hand, left hand, step it back, high plank position. Inhale, stay high or come to the knees. And exhale, lower all the way down. And again, we're going to inhale up through our cobra. And exhale, lower. And again, inhale up. And exhale, lower. This time, as you inhale up, you have the option to come into an up dog. So that's where the tops of the feet are on the ground. The thighs are lifted. So hands and feet are the only thing touching. So taking up dog or a high cobra, go ahead and look over your right shoulder towards your right foot. That left thigh might touch a little bit. That's okay. And inhale back through center. And look over your left shoulder, your left foot. And inhale back to center. You can lower to the earth and find your way in a downward facing dog, or you can roll over the toes and into downward facing dog. Please find child's pose. Big toes touch. This time we're going to flip the palms to face up. Fingers spread, working towards getting the thumbs on the earth and the forehead as well for 3 deep breaths. Two. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Flip the palms over, inhale up through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. And exhale, top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Close the eyes, come back to your intention. Dedicating these movements, dedicating this energy. There's a teaching that I read online yesterday that said energy is never wasted. Can you feel the energy that you're creating in your body right now? What is the intention here? Adding on, flutter the eyes open, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back, high plank position. This time you have an option to move through the same flow we just did, or you might come onto your tippy toes, lower halfway to chaturanga. You can do this on the knees as well. Inhale through up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it back. And exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it back. And exhale to the left. Inhale, reach. And exhale, step it through. So if your foot doesn't come all the way forward, you can lower to that back knee, shimmy the toes forward so they're in line with your fingertips, and then lift that back knee. So find your way, plant into your feet, root into the earth to rise up. Left knee stacks over left ankle. You might come up a little bit out of that right heel to keep the weight going down onto that left knee. That's going to keep active through your legs. So there's a little inwards rotation of the hands here, and breathe for 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, blossom open, warrior two. So I'm not going into some of the basics of these poses. If you go back to my first Facebook Live, I broke it down a little bit more. Also open to one-on-one sessions if you're curious, or if any of you are really looking for more of a beginner class, let me know. Maybe I'll do one. So here we are in warrior two. Stay deep in that front knee. Let's do 2 more deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale through reverse. That back hand's just barely resting. Front knee stays bent. Really reach that front arm back. Big inhale. And exhale. Windmill down, left hand, right hand. And flow through any variation of your vinyasa that feels good to you. And from downward facing dog, please find child's pose. This time bringing the hands to the nape of the neck, press the palms together and walk the elbows forward. Find a beautiful tricep stretch here. 3 deep breaths. Come back to your intention. One more big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. And exhale, top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come back to your intention. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, flow through a vinyasa. You can challenge yourself, if you're an advanced practitioner, to hop directly to chaturanga. And finding your way back to downward facing dog. Getting right into it. Inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the right, keep it high. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale up for crescent. Hold steady here. We're going to do a little pulse. So the pulse is a dropping the back knee to hover above the earth as you open the heart. So take a big inhale here. Exhale, pulse. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pulse it out. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, blossom open, warrior two. So we're going to add on a little bit here. Coming back to our theme of increasing your psychic power. Flip the palms up. We're going to inhale, straighten that front leg, reach the arms up, gather up energy. Exhale, bring it into the heart as you bend into that front knee. So inhale, sweep the arms up, straighten that front leg, gathering up energy for whatever your intentions are. And exhale, drawing it into your heart as you bend into that front leg. 2 more, inhale, gather. And exhale, receive. Last one, inhale, gather. And exhale, receive. Inhale through a reverse. And exhale, windmill down. You can always come directly to downward facing dog, when we move through Vinyasa. Second side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, reach. And exhale to the left. Inhale, reach. And exhale, step it through. Inhale up through crescent. Whew. This is probably one of the more challenging practices that I've done early in the morning. Definitely open to feedback. Let me know how it's landing for you. Big inhale here. And exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, blossom open. Warrior two. Flip the palms. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Gather up energy. Exhale, pull it into your heart. Receive it. Beautiful. Inhale, gather. And exhale, receive. Two more. What intention are you drawing in? Can you add that intention of increasing your psychic power? That power within you, can you feel it? Can you feel your heartbeat? Beautiful. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale through reverse. Inhale, windmill up. And exhale, windmill down. Let it flow. Let it go. And please find child's pose. This time we're going to bring the hands wide of the hips, palms face up. Give the shoulders a little bit of a rest here and breathe for 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands up overhead. Inhale up through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. I'm just checking the time here. Ooh. These hours go by so quick when we're practicing at home. Beautiful. So from downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, bend the knees, and look at the hands. And exhale, hop through to seated. So how are you guys doing? We've had 5 people that have taken the whole class so far today. I'd love to hear from you guys because I'm still kind of finding that flow of, you know, am I teaching power yoga? Am I teaching hatha yoga? I do have restorative yoga at 3 p.m. Colorado time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And this class is like, it's what I like to do in the morning. I like to get a little sweaty. I like to get a little heated. I like to activate my core so that I can be really activated through my day. So let's do just a little bit more core work. I'd ask for you to find boat pose. So come up onto the tippy toes. Can you see my tippy toes? No? There we go. And the spine is long here. Maybe bring the hands to heart center. I find that if I press my hands together, it helps me to activate the abs. Maybe you try just lifting the feet a couple of times. Maybe you keep the feet up and keep the core active. Maybe you extend the legs completely. Maybe you open the arms. Beautiful. You might shake. I'm totally shaking right now. It's okay. And lower down halfway. And come on up. Even if your knees are bent, lower down halfway. And come on up. 2 more. Last one. And just for fun, see if you can grab your heels and see how it feels to extend the legs. We didn't do a lot of hamstrings today, but this I actually find to be sometimes easier than boat pose. And when you're ready, release. So we're moving into our final Shavasana. I will give you guys a moment here to just do any poses that you feel good about doing, but then I'll ask you to come back up to seated. So we're going to do a little bit of breath work before Shavasana today, just to keep with our theme. So I love live classes, whatever, just inviting people to take any movements that feel good to them at the end of class. Especially when we're focused more on power than stretching. You might even want to take a little bit of time later today to just do more of like a stretchy class, a stretchy practice. And I have a couple of those posted on my page. The first Facebook Live that I did is a little bit more stretchy, but I'm learning all the different styles that I can offer you guys. So I'm just doing Happy Baby here. I like this as a way to kind of finalize the class. Some people love to do these supine twists towards the end of class. I don't typically teach shoulder stand, but this is the time in the class when people would do a shoulder stand. Just taking any movements that your body's calling for. And if you do any asymmetrical movements, like side to side, I'll just ask that you finish with the bridge pose. Let's go ahead and all finish with the bridge pose. So the feet are hip-width distance apart. Heels close enough you could barely touch them with your fingertips. And just imagine you have a yoga block between your knees and that you're isometrically squeezing them together. They don't touch, but they are squeezing together as you lift your hips. You can tuck the shoulders under. I wouldn't do the full shoulder opener today. We didn't do that much shoulder stuff today, but just using this as a way to stabilize the SI joint from any side-to-side movements as we've done. Big inhales and exhales. One more breath. And when you're ready, gently lower down. Grab a hold of your hamstrings. We can rock and roll forward. And finding your way into a seated position. Now have whatever you'd like for your final Shavasana ready. I like to cover at least just my belly with something warm. If you have a very thin pillow or a blanket that folds up very thin, you can have that for your head. And if you have any back pain, I would recommend a bolster or a blanket rolled up for under the knees. So just have those ready. And if you can remember which foot you had in front for the first round of breath work, I'll just ask you to switch which foot is in front or on top. And I'll be brave and show you guys what this looks like again. So for the breath work, it's a very strong exhale through the nose. And then the inhale just naturally happens. And as a contrast, there's a different breath called Bastrika. I'll teach that at another time. And that's where you control both the inhale and the exhale. So this is not what we're doing, but I'll show it to you. It's a... right? So this, we don't have to forcefully take in the air. It just naturally happens. So it looks like this. And allow the breath to return to normal. For those of you just joining us, it's perfect timing. We're doing just a little bit of breath work and going into our final relaxation from our yoga class. So if you'd like to jump in here, it's a perfect time. We'll do a couple more breaths of this Kapalabhati. The intention here is to mimic belly laughing, to mimic sobbing, to get serotonin from the gut into the brain. So here we go. allow the breath to return to normal. I've often said the best abs I ever had in my life was when I was doing yoga teacher training, and it was not from the asana practice. It was from the breath work. Final round. When you're ready, begin. And allow the breath to return to normal. Take a moment to just allow yourself to sit, to feel the energy pulsing through your body, to feel the energy radiating outside of your body. Feel your awareness extending into the field of energy that you've created and radiated. Can you start to tune in to any one of the 21 extra senses if we have 26 and we only know about 5? I can tell you I have the gift of clairaudience, being able to hear what people don't say. What are your psychic powers that you know? What are the ones you would like to cultivate? Invite any conversation around this. Send me a message, make a comment. I'd love to know what comes up for you. When you're ready, please find your way into your final Shavasana. So flat on the back. Maybe you have something under your knees. Maybe you have something very small under the head, nothing too high. This is our chance to really soak up all of the benefits of this practice. Palms face up, and give yourself a little bit of space in the armpits here. So in Tai Chi, I was told enough space for a golf ball in your armpits. It's a very technical measurement. Typically during this time, I will guide us through a full body relaxation, but today I want you to listen to your inner guidance. Your psychic powers coming through. I'm just going to set a little timer here on Insight Timer. We're going to do let's do a 7-minute meditation. I'll guide us through the very beginning part. Just allow a wave of relaxation to wash over the body from the tips of the toes through the legs. A wave of relaxation washing up the lower legs and upper legs, swirling through the pelvis, the abdominals and the back, swirling through the diaphragm and the lungs and the ribs, and swirling up the spine, wave of relaxation swirling around the heart, through the chest and the upper back. This wave of relaxation washing over the shoulders and the upper arms, the elbows and the lower arms, the wrists and the hands. This wave of relaxation washing back up through the hands, the lower arms, the upper arms, the shoulders. swirling of relaxation through the neck, washing this wave of relaxation up the back of the head to the crown of the head, relaxing through the skull and the scalp and the hair, melting through the forehead and the sides of the head, the ears, the lower jaw. As you relax through the tongue and the teeth, the mouth, the sinuses, the eyeballs, the eye sockets, all the muscles on the face kind of hang on your facial structure. As your awareness comes to the center of the brain, the tippy top of the spinal column, a gentle inwards and upwards rotation of the eyes. Nothing forced, totally natural as your awareness comes to the center of the brain at the tippy top of the spinal column. Relax the brain as a muscle and tune into your pineal gland, your third eye center, your receiver of your psychic power, of your psychic visions, that place that we just pumped all the serotonin into the brain, and just allow your awareness to rest at your third eye center for just a mini silent final shavasana. We've got about 4 minutes here. Can you stick with it? Be open to receiving whatever comes to you or through you at this time, and breathe. Gently begin to take some deep breaths while you move the fingers and the toes and circle the wrists and the ankles and move the head from side to side and reach the arms up overhead. Take a nice full body stretch. You might yawn. It's okay. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat or the bolster and roll into the fetal position. Allow yourself to really be comforted, to be supported, to be grateful. Like, just imagine spooning yourself and whispering into your own ear, "You did a great job. Thank you for taking your time to do this today. You are so much more powerful than you think you are. You are so much more psychic than you even know." And with that sense of gratitude and recalling your intention, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Maybe the eyes stay closed. Bring the palms to press together at heart center. Thumbs in the chest, fingers spread wide. And just resetting your intentions for the day. As we seal our practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. Thumbs to the heart, lips and forehead remind us to keep peace in our hearts, peace in our words, and peace in our thoughts. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you to that core crew that stuck with it through the whole class. I'm totally open to feedback. Let me know how these classes are landing for you. Let me know if there's different types of classes that you would like. Or, you know, my little psychic vision that came through my meditation at the end was that I can do quick little, 10-minute videos on like different types of breath work or different poses. And so if you have any questions about poses or sequences or breath work or philosophy or spirituality, let me know. Oh, you're so welcome, Scott. Thank you so much. See you on Friday. And so yeah, let me know how I can be of service to you. I'm available for one-on-one yoga, but also I do spiritual coaching sessions and healing sessions. I've got a group week-long cord cutting ceremony that we're going to do. So if you have any cords that you would like to release around sexuality, around using your voice, around being attached to someone else, around stepping forward in your life, we're actually going to be using rope on our bodies and keeping it on our bodies over time, and then having a beautiful online cord releasing ceremony. So let me know if you're interested in that. And I am just so thrilled to be, I feel like I'm totally over my fear now and ready to just share all of this stuff online. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. is morning yoga. Today was kind of a power class. I'm open to feedback on more gentle styles if you guys are looking for that. And then Tuesday and Thursday will always be restorative. And so that is like super gentle, kind of rolling on the floor and a deep relaxation. It's meant to be a stress management class for a mental health facility where I work. And then I'm just broadcasting that on Facebook Live as well. So if you found some benefit from this class, please feel free to share it with whomever you would like. It is out there in the ethers and the internet, and I would just love for more people to be able to find their flow, to find their psychic power. So much love for you all. Namaste. Have a great day.